false allegation about 12 universities, and about the Respect Party in Luton, and about your name, and about a conversation with me that you've never had.
And you just said you don't support Hamas, and I just watched a video of you on the internet on YouTube where you openly say you support Hamas, so why would you deny it now that you're on the radio?
Well, that's another lie.
You said Hamas are not terrorists. You said Hamas are not
another lie.
You said Hamas are not terrorists, did you not?
Hamas are not terrorists is not the same thing as saying I support Hamas.
So did you say Hamas are not terrorists?
Don't you think something calling
George,
itself...
answer the question, George. Did you say
Hamas are not terrorists? I'm saying it.
Can I answer?
I'm saying it. Shut up and let me say it. Hamas are not terrorists. Full stop. I do not support Hamas. Full stop.
George, can I speak?
Yeah, go on.
Hamas Charter. Israel will exist and continue until Islam obliterates it. That is the first thing in their charter. That is the first thing in their charter. You're saying they're not terrorists.
Actually,
the EU it's one of the first.
That's as accurate. That's as accurate.
Are you going to let me talk?
No, not when you're telling lies. No.
The EU listed them as proscribed terrorist organisation in January the 26th, 2009. The Hadith, which features many times in their charter, your listeners will not believe this, but it has a thing which says the final day of judgment will come when all the Jews are dead. This is in the Hadith, in the charter, and actually says... No, can you let me talk, George? And it actually says...
I'm not going to let you... No,
but you're saying they're not terrorists. You're saying they're not terrorists. You've said that they're not terrorists.
Listen,
Israel will exist.
We're not on here to debate Hamas. Okay, if you want to debate Palestine with me, you better get one of your friends who actually knows something about it.
I want to explain it. You're saying they're not terrorists, and what I'm saying is,
Tommy, you've only got a minute or so left, so trust me, you don't want to waste it with a debate about the Hamas Charter.
You want to talk about why we formed the English Defence League? We formed the English Defence League because Islamic extremism is spiralling out of control.
That's what I want to ask you about. That's what I want to ask you about. That's what I want to ask you about. If you'll stop and let me ask you about it. You say you're against Islamic extremists, but the truth is you're against Islam. You're against Muslims because you march against mosques in which there's no extremism at all. Your people chant slogans against Muslims, whether they're extreme or extremely moderate. So why don't you come clean, like you've now had to do with your name? Why don't you come clean and say you think that Muslims shouldn't exist
I have no problem with Muslims. I have a problem with Islam when it's taken in its 7th century barbaric form in modern Britain. That's when I have a problem. And I have a problem with Muslims not doing enough against the extremists. Can you just let me talk and finish without butting in? Muslims fly planes into the Twin Towers. No Muslim outrage. Muslims block the exits of burning schools with children because they're not covered their hair. No Muslim outrage. Muslims cut off the heads of 3 teenage girls. No Muslim outrage. Muslims That was in Iraq. Just let me... Muslims kill 80 tourists.
We're talking about the English Defence League. Yes, we're talking about Britain. You're whipping up hatred.
No, you're not going to let me finish.
No, I'm not.
Why not?
Because you are deliberately conflating events in Iraq with events in Britain. Shut up.
Muslims killed 50 in London.
Shut up and let me finish. Shut up and let me finish.
No Muslim outrage. I'm talking, George. You talk, and then Muslims attack our troops. Muslims burn our poppies. No Muslim outrage. Someone draws a cartoon of Muhammad. 700 people killed. 45 churches burned to the ground. Someone talks about burning...
700 people killed where? 700 people killed where?
Most of them in Nigeria. Worldwide outrage.
We're talking about the English... Will you shut up? Will you shut up and let me talk? We're talking about the English Defence League, the presence of Muslims in England, or if you like, in Britain. Don't keep talking about things that happened in Nigeria or in Iraq. We're talking about the presence of 1.8 million Muslims in Britain and your campaign against them. The police say that you are causing more extremism by the thuggish, ignorant, violent campaign at which you are the self-appointed head. Now here's your last chance to tell us why the police are lying about you.
We are a symptom. Why don't they tackle the cause? Because everyone's too afraid to talk about the cause, the root of the problem. We're a symptom. We would not be here if there was not militant Islam in our towns and cities. Why don't someone talk about the problem? Why don't you talk about the problem, George? We're not the problem. We've only come about.
But the police say you are the problem, though.
Okay, but why they don't?
Why are the police lying about you?
Because they're petrified of the Islamic community, the same as everyone else is. They're worried about
the police are petrified of the Islamic community.
Everyone's
out of step except wee Tommy or Johnny or whatever his real name is.
So why don't anyone
Thanks
talk
very
about the
much
root cause?
indeed. That's the leader of the English Defence League.